Greetings and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits. Today sitting in the house, in a small sitting area here, that I haven't done, I think I've only done one review here, and thought, what the heck, I'll do another one here, in this setting. Yeah, been a while since I shot a single beer review. Jakob, it's been in a lot, and he's going to be in a lot more, because we have a lot of beer that we need to review, which is for both of us. So yeah, but whatever, it's fun doing the collabs. So, the beer for today is one of the beers I bought in Sweden. It's going to be from the Wychwood Brewery. It's going to be the Special Reserve King Goblin. It's an ESB just like the regular Hobgoblin. The regular Hobgoblin is a pretty good ESB. Glass I'm going to be using is the Hobgoblin pint glass, of course. And this is the old pint glass they have, where the Hobgoblin still was wielding a sword and not an axe. Yeah, it says here it's on 6.6%, an extraordinary beer of exceptional quality, only brewed on a full moon, which sounds kind of strange. And the reason why it's called Special Reserve, it's not because it's barrel aged or anything, it's because it's on 6.6%, which is quite a lot in British standards. It says here on the back, an extraordinary beer of exceptional quality, only brewed under a full lunar moon with crystal malts and sovereign hops for a rich, smooth, sublimely satisfying taste of pure beer indulgence. It's also brewed with Fuggles and a Cascade, actually, which is quite interesting. And it was made back originally made back in 2010, especially for the Morrison's supermarket chain. And yeah. First now I've come across it, because we don't really get Wychwood beers anymore in Denmark, but I found this one in Sweden, so I picked it up. Because the regular Hobgoblin is pretty good, so let's give the King Goblin a try. A regular Wychwood cap, like Wychwood cap with the witch on it. Give it a nice vigorous pour, as Simon said. I should be standing up and do a tribute to Simon. Now that was a real vigorous pour. Get that, yeah. Straight up to the camera. We want to get it all in there. Just kidding. It is a dark ruby color. It looks a lot like the regular Hobgoblin. The color there. It's a dark ruby beer. Looking at it like the regular Hobgoblin, it's a 3-finger off-white head. Looks like a nice traditional English ESB, so let's check it out. And the first thing I pick up is like a caramel and a toffee maltiness. Some fruitiness in there too, some fruitiness, some like berry notes. There's a subtle citrusy aroma to it, which is probably from the Cascade, but I can definitely smell that there's not a lot of it in here. It smells predominantly English. Yeah, but the caramel maltiness, sweetness, toffee, like breadiness in there. Fruitcake aroma, as Simon actually says, is kind of in there. Smells like a fairly nice ESB, but not the most like overpowering, interesting aroma there. It smells a lot like the regular King Goblin, just with more sweetness to it. Or regular Hobgoblin. Let's check it out. That's pretty solid. Kind of reminds me of, well, it's quite earthy. It kind of reminds me of something like an ESB, but it's got kind of some qualities from like a Vienna lager. It kind of reminds me a little of a Samuel Adams Boston lager, actually. Just a little with the citrusy flavors, because it's you can still taste that it's an ale, but it's got kind of some of the same qualities as a Vienna lager. But body is medium, dry. Flavor, it's got quite a solid bitterness, especially for a British beer. Which might be from the Cascade, almost like a bitterness in like an American pale ale. It's not a lot, but for an English beer it is. Quite fruity, with the darker kind of fruitiness, some berry, like breadiness, kind of that fruitcake flavor as Simon talks about. It's kind of in there actually. caramel toffee notes. I like nuttiness in the back end of the palate too. Not anything mind-blowing. It's kind of a lot like the regular King Goblin, just a little sweeter and with more alcohol. But something solid, pretty solid British ESB. There is some citrusy notes in there too, which I'm betting is from the Cascade, and I think the beer base is from that too. Pretty solid beer with but it's kind of like just the caramel maltiness, toffee notes. There's a marmalade quality to it too, like marmalade fruitiness. So I'm actually gonna go 75 for the Wychwood King Goblin, just as I did yesterday with the Theakston Old Peculiar. Yeah, 75. It's a pretty good, not really good, but pretty good. It's not really up in the 80s range, but a pretty good, solid British ESB. Definitely worth picking up if you can get it in your area. Should be able to, if you are in the UK, could pick it up at Morrison's. Since it's now not a seasonal beer anymore, just a year-round beer, so that's nice. I would definitely be picking this up if it was as cheap as it was in Sweden. I would definitely pick it up again over here in Denmark. So yeah, a 75, guys. Let me know what you think about the Wychwood King Goblin if you've had it. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'm going to say cheers. And I'm going to see you guys in another beer review.